Hello friend, Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. As a matter of fact of today, I'm actually here at the Chapala Mexico and wanted to shoot a video. In a different place than where I've normally been. But I tried to find the right place to do this, and it just so happens there's like shade and things happening. It's difficult to get in the sun because of the fact that it actually has the shadows on me. So I'm doing it right here, and from what I can tell, it looks like my levels are just fine. So, and what I'm really covering here is when you're looking at moving here, that's one thing. But when you've moved here, that's a totally different thing. And now there's questions that you've got to ask for yourself. These are things that we had to try to figure out as quick as we could. But it turned out that it wasn't that quick, and it probably took us 6 months, maybe even to a year, to really get our arms around our move here. So what I want to do is I want to plant in your mind just for a moment, how valuable would it be to know that without a doubt, you can have the best of the best when it comes to services, and any one of the services at your fingertips. So you move here, and these things I'm going to share, how valuable would it be to you to know right off the bat who to go to? Well, I'm going to share with you right now. So first of all, getting a SIM card for your phone. We found out that it was a whole lot better to go ahead and use our service from the States, because we were with T-Mobile. I've been with T-Mobile for probably 15, 20 years. And it just so happened it's been a great service. We've had it here now for 3 years and haven't had problems. So that's one thing about the cell phone, whether to change it, get a SIM card, or go ahead and keep the same cell service you already have. So we chose that. Finding a house to rent. Well, when we came our first time for 8 days, it turned out that somebody had introduced us to a friend of theirs that actually owned a condo here at Lake Chapala. In fact, it was in San Antonio. The same community, the same gated community that we ended up living in for our first year. But we saw theirs, it was on the second floor. They wanted $1,700 or $1,750 for it. And it turned out that Barbara found something online, because remember, we came here during COVID. And so we ended up only paying $650 a month. And that literally covered everything. That was all the utilities, TV, internet, everything. And so it was wonderful. It was wonderful. So when you're coming here, it's important to know where you can, in fact, get good service. And I'm going to cover that in just a second, but it's how important it is to actually have not only affordable, because really everything's affordable here, but dependable services and utilities you're able to access to. So in regards to that, how do you pick the best neighborhood? Now, we were here, it probably took us the year, maybe a little bit more than that, because I promised Barbara we'd go ahead and get a dog. She's a rescuer. So before we left Birds of Paradise, what we ended up doing was we found a dog. So we needed to find, when we moved, where we're going to move to that would actually accept a pet. And so it turned out that when we moved to another gated community, it was also $650 a month. And it was a great move for us. And then Barbara also, we got Esme, and it's been wonderful ever since. So here's a really important thing here, and that is making sure that you're getting a rental in a good area. Those of us that come from the States or from Canada, we come with certain expectations of cleanliness, upkeep, when it comes to utilities, just knowing that we can always count on them. And so that's a really important question to ask yourself about coming here. What are the best neighborhoods to be in that you'll be able to get all those services? We had somebody just move down here, didn't take my suggestion, and ended up moving into a place that the internet was almost like dial-up, is what they told me. Terrible. The sad thing is they're not able to upgrade because they're in an older place, an older community, an older neighborhood that has not upgraded those utilities to be able to get that. So, and it's everything. It's, setting up bills for electric, water, cable, internet, but there are also those that have utilities included, which is a real nice thing because you just make one payment and it takes care of everything. Another thing, are you looking for a place that would be quiet? And if you have no car, to be able to be in a neighborhood that you've got access to everything, that you're able to walk to wherever it is you want to go to, or you want to take an e-bike to wherever it is you go to, whether you're going to go shopping or whatever it might be. So where that would be. Also understanding the transportation options that are here. I mean, we've got the city bus, we've got taxis, we've got private drivers. And so there's no Uber here and there's no Lyft. So those are the three choices, the three options that you have if you don't have a vehicle while you're down here. How about applying for your residency visa? So the first thing you do when you're coming down is you are going to a Mexican consulate, you're getting your passport stamped. They actually put a heat seal in there so it shows that you've applied, you've been accepted through the Mexican consulate in the States or in Canada. Well, there's a second portion of that. When you come down, you need to find a good immigration attorney that can help do the second part that you've got to do. Once you get approved at the Mexican consulate, you have 6 months to cross the border into Mexico. Once you've crossed the border, you only have 30 days to get it finished. That's a really important thing that you need to know, because if you don't make it, what happens is you start all over again. Getting a bank account, that's a big one. When we got here, we were going to a certain bank and getting pesos to pay our rent. And it turned out we just had a bad experience. The people that we actually were in front of were not friendly. We're not friendly at all, kind of nasty. It was almost like we were bothering them. We don't know enough Spanish to be able to communicate of what it is that we're trying to do, except, exchange US dollars into pesos, or going in and we need X amount of pesos to be able to pay our rent. So which one is the best? Is that something that would be important to you? How about the best internet rate for the money, or the easiest for you to be able to get access to your money? There are two banks that do well when it comes to Mexican bank accounts that allows expats to be able to have quick access to their money. And it's important to know which ones those are. Buying furniture. There are those that come down, bring their furniture from the house, and then they need a mover also. There's those that actually come down, they rent a place like we've done. Our last 3 places we've rented, actually the furniture is already included, which is fully furnished, which is really nice. Buying a car or not, that's a big decision. What I tell everybody that come down and are utilizing my relocation service is you're going to want a car. Unless you're very sedative, you don't get out, you don't do anything, you're not looking at going shopping of any sort or grocery shopping, you're not looking intermingling with other people, you're not looking at being very social. Well, then that's okay, you don't need a car. But there are those that need the car to do shopping and want to be able to be active and out and about. Learning the roads. I found that when we first got here, it was real difficult to try to get directions. For some reason, people here don't know how to give good directions. I'm not talking about the Mexicans, I'm talking about expats. They tell you a great place, but they have no idea how to tell you where it's at. I can't tell you how many restaurants that we wanted to go to that we asked people about, expats. I mean, we drive around blocks just trying to find it. So my question would be is how important would it be to you to be able to eat the food that are your favorites, but also be able to try new foods? How important would it be to know where expats go, where the best places are? And I'm talking about everything from Mexican food, I'm talking about Italian food, French, we're talking about Greek, Chinese. I mean, there's a bunch of them. but it's where the best places are for these different types of foods that really is popular for folks. So you want to know, where is everything? That's a really important thing. Discovering grocery stores, restaurants, churches. If you're a churchgoer, that's going to be something that's really important. And when you're here on my relocation service, I actually take you to whatever church it is that you would be preferring to attend. And I try to always make sure that I set up an appointment for you to be able to meet the pastor of that church, if it's something that's of interest to you. If you are a churchgoer, I mean, are you okay with going each Sunday and going to different churches or Saturdays? Or would you like to know where the church, whether it's a Baptist church or a Jewish synagogue or whatever it may be? Where's a good, honest realtor and rental agent? I have said this video after video. Realtors here do not need a license certification. They don't need experience. They don't need to pass a test. All they need is a business card. And I'm not kidding with that. When we got here, it was shared with me that there's over 250 realtors within the 20 miles between Jocotepec and Chapala. And it's really, really important to know who the honest ones are. I mean, I can't express that enough. I have had 3 people now go to rent places that ended up being in scams, and their money got taken and they lost it. It's Mexico. How are you going to get it back? You don't speak Spanish. So knowing a good attorney, knowing a good attorney is good too. Knowing a good realtor and a rental agent, really key. Knowing who actually has their thumb on the pulse of the real estate and rental market here at Lake Chapala. It's huge. I interviewed realtors, I'm going to say a good 25, 30 realtors before I found someone that was very experienced that I wanted to be able to let other people know about. So that's a really an important thing. Immigration attorney, obviously, that's a no-brainer. Our immigration attorney, what she does is when you're coming down, she just finds out what day that you'll be here, and then she sets up the appointment the following day for your meeting at the I&M office, which means you're getting your second portion of your visa taken care of. And they're now offering your card in one day. The same day you come, they're giving you your card. I can't believe that. Barb and I had to wait, I think it was a week and a half for us to get ours. Again, we were here during the pandemic, but that's amazing to find out people are getting one day. Here's an important one that I find, because I get a lot of people asking me this about when they're on my relocation service. How about health services? Where's the best hospital? Where do you go in case of emergency here in Mexico? Where do you go and where can you find a doctor, an emergency room that can take care of you right then? Where is that? That would be important to know. How about emergency care that you need right now? Just like I just mentioned. I'm saying that again because I've heard of people that, I know of 2 ladies that were involved in a bad accident. A truck flipped over on its side by Walmart, and it turned out that the 2 gals apparently didn't have insurance, health insurance, and they're expats, and it was hauling big rocks, and these rocks actually fell on them. Thank goodness one of our subscribers actually was actually able to speak in Spanish on their behalf, and the hospital didn't even want to take them. Go figure that. But they ended up taking them, but there were some challenges. And when you come, if that's one of the things you want to know about, I share that with you, the experience there. If you need a specialist, if you need an endocrinologist, if you need an orthopedic surgeon, if you need somebody that's ENT, ear, nose, and throat, where do you go? Where are good people that medically can really take care of your needs? What health services provide the best care? Where are they? How about a doctor? a dentist? How about the best pharmacies? Making sure they're the least expensive. How about they have your exact dose? Because there are times here in Mexico that when you go get a certain medication, you can't get the dose that you're accustomed to. Like I've got one that's actually 300 milligrams, and they only carry it here in 150 milligrams. So I take 2. So what are the medications that you take? And one of the things we do is I actually take you there to that place. Where to get the best deal on an e-bike, an electric bike. That's a really popular thing here. People riding them all the time. You see them all the time. A good housekeeper, good cook. Because we live in a place that's less expensive, that's an easier thing to have. If you've got the heart like Barbara and I, we really want to help the small business Mexican person. Finding a good housekeeper that shows up regularly. Finding a good gardener that shows up regularly. Because they all don't. A gardener can come to your house one time and then leave, and you never see him again. How to find a good person. How about veterinary care for your pet, whether it's a dog, whether it's a cat, or whatever animal might be. Finding a very good veterinarian to take care of you and really help you with the needs that you've got for your pet. Because remember, they're family. Pets are family. How about a good, reliable nursing home? Independent living. I've got a gentleman right now, and I'm going to end up doing a video with him when he gets here. But he's only got a certain amount of time left in his life. He's 69. Found out he has terminal cancer and has between 8 and 9 months to live. And they're coming here. He's in the state of nursing home until he passes. He doesn't want to just sit at home. He wants to be out and about. He wants to live life as best he can while he has the opportunity to do it. Incredible individual. I look forward to introducing him to one. But where do you find a good nursing home that really takes care of people? How about independent living? How to make sure that your loved one or yourself, you're getting proper care. You're getting good meals. How do you do all that? How do you come here and know which one to go to when there are so many? I mean, do you just try one and then you don't like that when you go to another one? Kind of like a doctor? What do you do? One of the things I share with you where the best ones are at. What kind of food do you like? Where the best restaurants are. How about entertainment? How about high-speed internet? There are people that come here that are still digital nomads. There are people that come here that want to be able to watch TV. And what has to happen is the TV actually has to be like YouTube, those kind of things. So you want higher internet speeds. That's important. Is that important to you? Best hair salons. Where to get your nails done. Really important to ladies. Almost every single person that comes down, the wife always wants to know, where does Barbara get her hair done? Where does she get her nails done? Some of the frou-frou stuff. I know the guys, they're not into that, but the ladies are really into that. How about the best Airbnbs? How about the best hotels? How about living somewhere that you're going to really enjoy being there for the days that you're there? And then being able to find a place that you can rent somewhere that will be exactly what you're looking for. Now, something I wanted to share with you. In fact, I just did a video about this. My last video, it was my rant video. And one of our subscribers got taken. Moving down here, and they did some shopping. I gave them someone to talk to. They end up choosing a different person because he was cheaper. They got here. Furniture didn't arrive when it was supposed to. They got upcharged over 3 times. Price kept on getting higher. And it ended up being that they paid more than they would have with the gentleman that I actually referred to them. But, everybody's got opportunity of choice. So what I did, this is just the cover of it. But what I did was I put together, it's a booklet. It's 14 pages, and it has the best of the best in it. The best of everything I've shared with you. Well, not the neighborhoods. The neighborhoods, I couldn't put the neighborhoods in here because there's a lot of them. But if you'd like to get one of these, I actually get it to you for free to everyone that goes out on my relocation service. I want you to have a copy. It's free. So when we're finished with our 2 days together, what happens is you've then got all the information. You're able to pick up the phone, make a call somewhere, even let them know that you're coming from the channel, and you're going to get A+ service. These are already people that I've set relationships with, business relationships. A lot of these are friends because I've referred so many people, but they care. I care about you coming here and your experience. I'm saying it again. I also said it on the last video. I care about your experience here and what happens and where you go and where you live. So for one, if you have an interest in my booklet, if you would like to get some information on my relocation service, I'm going to leave the information. All I would ask you to do is just email me, and then email me your best phone number for me to reach out to you to see about getting on my calendar. Now, right now, I'm booking people all the way until November of next year. So yes, I'm busy, but I want to help take care of you. What's important is how can I help you the best? So this ends up being free. The other service in town that offers the relocation service, it's seminar based. And for example, if you want to talk to an insurance agent about health insurance at the seminar, when the seminar speaker is done, well, they leave, so you can't get your questions all answered. It's $1,900. So what happens is you don't have that close interaction. When I set something up, it's you and I, and we're sitting with that insurance agent. We're sitting with that doctor. We're sitting together with that attorney. It's just us. It isn't a bunch of other people. It's not a bunch of other couples. It's us. So if that's something important to you, again, go ahead and just send to my email address. I'll have it on the video. And if that's something of interest to you, just go ahead and email me back. Let me know you'd like some information on it, and I'll be more than happy to share it with you. So friend, I hope that's been helpful for you. I should have done this a long time ago, and I haven't. But I got thinking about all the stuff that we had to worry about when we got here. And like I said, I care about you, and I realized I needed to just go ahead and put something together that would really communicate with you well to let you know what the best ones are. I apologize for the shadows and all. I was trying to I had a really prime spot to do this at. And there was a couple of gals, younger gals, that sat down. I'm on my bike, and I literally was pushing my bike over to the bench, and these girls came and sat down at it. And it's like, I've been pushing my bike around for probably 20 minutes looking for a spot. So thank you for putting up with that. I appreciate it. So friend, I hope that's been helpful for you. So as always, have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video.